Hello and welcome to Colleague 7 Sprint Review for 19.11.01. This will cover the work undertaken between the 29th of October to the 11th of November. Our sprint goal for this sprint has been to deliver the first phase of making skills a mandatory component on record creation. Looking at the high-level items and to explain further, in this sprint we've been able to add the Skills tab to the creation pages for entity records. This allows you to assign skills to a record as part of creating it, either via the selection screens or through the quick create menu. As part of the next sprint, we'll add the ability within mandatory field settings so that you can stipulate the minimum number of skills being applied to a record. We've updated the address fields on the company search so that these search across all the company addresses, not just the first address, and this includes a primary address filter as well. We've been looking at ways to improve the accuracy of quick search result ordering. Previously, the quick search would find records on the basis of the name, ID, email address, and telephone number, and then sort these results by their record ID. This led to confusion, which we're hoping to have resolved now. I'll give a demo on this shortly. The login process has been updated so that instances where users are asked to re-enter their username and password are avoided. We've added the company website to the contact record. We've updated the handling of the email form to manage chevrons and square brackets when contained within the name. We've added the don't show this again option to the no document index alerts, which appears when you're uploading a document to a record and not assigning an index. We may add this option to other alerts in future. And there is now the option to save a search result without any results if you're looking to keep the criteria. We've also worked on some workflow in this area with issues regarding saving a search in various scenarios. We'll now go for a brief demonstration on the key features from this sprint. Okay, so there's a few things to go through as part of this sprint review. There was a fair amount done during the sprint that was more in the back end of Colleague 7, but in terms of front end changes, this is what we'll go through in the review. And I'll start by touching on when you're creating a new record, whether it be candidate, company, contact, or requirement, either from the quick create menu or from the selection screens when you hit create new. What you'll see is that this skills tab has been added to this area now. And this will work exactly the same way as if you were in a record in terms of how it behaves. Double click will add a skill. Double click on the other side will remove the skill. You can also assign gradings against skills, and then basically when you create the record, the skills that you've specified as part of this area will be obviously copied into the candidate record. You also have a total number of skills count that's there in the top right, and obviously that's been done initially as this is the first phase of works, moving towards the next piece of work, which is to stipulate a minimum number of skills that you have to apply to a record if you want to put that restriction in place. So that will be part of the next sprint, but as part of this sprint, the skills tab was added, and that's against company, contact, and also requirement as well. The skills tab has been added there. The next point to cover is on the company search, specifically searching across address fields. We've resolved an issue which now ensures that you search across all addresses associated with the company, not just the first address, but we've also added the primary address filter as well if you're only looking to search across a primary address. As the example, that will find 30 records. If I filter on primary, we'll find 27. Also, whilst in the search, just to cover, let's type in something else there. Just bring back 0 results. What you can do now is save a blank search result. So if you had put in a series of criteria which you wanted to revisit, but at that time it didn't bring back any results in the system, you could hit save as. It will give you this alert. You hit OK. It just makes sure that you load the results pane first, and then you can enter in your search result, and then you can use search there, and it saves it. The next point to cover is regards to the improvements we've made to the quick search, specifically around ranking, but also its ability to work with other characters. So before, when you were performing a quick search, based on the search phrase you had entered, it would obviously search across the entities, bring back the results, and it would then list the results by order of ID, the actual record ID. This could bring back fairly confusing ordering sometimes based on the different names and how many times that record name would appear in other records. So what we've done now is implement rank, which essentially equates a score based on the search phrase against the record. We've also ensured that the name is sorted by, so that gives a preference to, if you're searching against names, that person's name appearing near the top of the list. And also we've made some other updates as well with regards to the handling of telephone numbers as an example. So if you enter in telephone numbers and you've put multiple spaces in there, regardless to how that number is written down within the record, it will still find based on whether or not that number appears in the record. We've also accounted for and symbols as well within the quick search now. So if you have any companies that have an and symbol in their name, it will work with that now. Also, it will work with just a symbol by itself as a point. So if you were searching on something else, then you could do. And if perhaps an and symbol was present in a job title is another scenario. It obviously all works with that as well. So that's the update that we made with regards to the quick search. Final points to cover, just with regards to the contacts record, we've now added the company website, which is available there. This is a read-only field brought through from the company record associated with the contact, but obviously it contains the link or the button to open up the website if you wish to press on that. So that's the option's been added there. And as another minor update, we've got the don't show this again option now. So when you're uploading a document, and as an example, upload this. If you don't specify a document index, so it's essentially you're uploading a document that's not going to be searchable, you get this alert at the moment which warns you of that. What you can do now is have this don't show this message again ticked. And what that will do is ensure that that message doesn't appear anymore if you don't want to assign a document index. So if you're aware that that's how obviously the solution works, then it's not necessary to obviously receive that prompt. We may introduce that alert option as well to other alerts in the system, so that users have the ability to be able to have certain alerts not appear again if it's unnecessary to do so. But that's an update we made there. If you have any queries or feedback, please do get in touch. I'd be keen to hear from you. Also, for those using Colleague 7, feel free to submit your enhancement requests via the support team or directly to me using the above email address. The next video will be the sprint plan for 19.11.02, and as always, that will contain a high-level overview on the items we intend to work on during that sprint. Thanks for watching.